The wind screamed through the jagged streets of a restless American city, clawing at Sophia's coat as she stumbled forward, her auburn hair a wild tangle, her hazel eyes burning with the raw sting of betrayal. Her ex's final words, cruel, cutting, echoed in her skull, each syllable a fresh wound. She barely noticed the world around her, the honking taxis, the blur of faces, until she crashed into a stranger with a force that sent her coffee cup shattering against the pavement, dark liquid pooling like blood from a broken heart. "Damn it, I'm so sorry." The voice cut through the chaos, sharp with panic yet warm, like a spark in a storm. Sophia looked up, and time fractured. Clara stood there, dark curls whipping in the wind, her green eyes blazing with concern and something fiercer, life itself. She dropped to her knees, scrambling for the scattered remnants of Sophia's cup, her leather jacket creaking, her hands trembling. "I was a million miles away. Let me fix this. Please." Her voice cracked, not with guilt, but with a desperate need to make things right. Sophia, her chest heaving, managed a fractured nod. Something in Clara's gaze, raw, unguarded, held her captive, as if the universe had conspired to collide their broken pieces. Clara insisted on repayment, her urgency almost frantic. "There's a cafe 2 blocks down, best latte in the city. Come with me." Sophia, still reeling, followed, drawn by a pulse she couldn't name. The cafe was a dim sanctuary, its walls scarred with faded posters, the air thick with espresso and unspoken stories. They claimed a corner table, and what began as an apology erupted into a torrent of words. Clara, a photographer, spoke of chasing sunsets that bled into her soul, her hands slicing the air as if framing invisible shots. Sophia, a writer caged by a soul-crushing job, spilled her dreams of unwritten novels, her voice trembling with a hunger she'd forgotten. Clara's eyes never left hers, drinking in every word, and Sophia felt her walls crumble, brick by brick. Their collisions sparked a fire. They met again, on rain-slicked street corners, in parks where autumn leaves fell like tears, at gritty art fairs where Clara's photos hung like raw confessions. Sophia was mesmerized by Clara's fearless spirit, her laugh a defiant roar against the world's weight. Clara, in turn, clung to Sophia's quiet resilience, her words weaving worlds that made Clara's heart ache with possibility. But love, cruel and exquisite, bred shadows. Sophia's ex, Mia, haunted her with voicemails, first pleading, then venomous, each one a blade twisting deeper. Clara carried her own ghosts, a family that had cast her out, their rejection a scar that festered, whispering she'd never be enough. The tension snapped one night by a riverside overlook, the city's lights flickering like a dying pulse on the water. Sophia, shattered by Mia's latest message and a brutal rejection of her manuscript, stood trembling. "I'm terrified," she choked out, tears streaming. "Every time I love, it destroys me." Clara's face twisted with pain, but her voice was steel. "I'm terrified too," she said, closing the distance. "But you're the first person who makes me believe I'm not broken. You're my damn miracle, sophomore." Her hands gripped Sophia's face, trembling with fear and fire, and their lips crashed together, a kiss that was a scream, a plea, a vow. It was desperate, searing, Sophia's fingers clawing into Clara's curls as if anchoring herself to life. The world dissolved, leaving only their ragged breaths and the taste of salt from tears. But the storm raged on. Mia escalated, banging on Sophia's door, her rage a hurricane that threatened to tear their fragile bond apart. Clara's mother sent a letter, cold, final, a guillotine to her hope of reconciliation. They fought, not each other, but the world's cruelty. Sophia doubted love could survive such wreckage. Clara feared losing the one soul who saw her. Sleepless nights bled into raw confessions, tears soaking pillows, wine glasses shattering in moments of despair. Yet, in their darkest hour, they chose defiance. They clung to each other, vowing to burn brighter than the hate. One night, after a fight that left them both raw, They sought refuge in Sophia's cramped bathroom. The old tub became their altar. They filled it with scalding water and lavender, steam curling like their shattered dreams. Sinking in, they held each other fiercely, Clara's head on Sophia's shoulder, their fingers entwined beneath the surface, scars bared in the flickering candlelight. "I love you," Clara sobbed, her voice a broken hymn. Sophia kissed her, slow and fierce, lips trembling against Clara's. "I love you. We're unbreakable." The water cradled their pain, washing away the world's venom, leaving only their love, fierce, unyielding. They moved into a creaking loft, its windows framing a city that didn't understand them. Life was a battlefield, bills piled like barricades, old wounds reopened, society's sneers a constant assault. But they built a fortress in stolen moments, cooking while jazz wailed, dancing barefoot on cold floors, Sophia writing as Clara captured her in photographs that stole her breath. One evening, by their window, the city a restless beast below, Sophia traced Clara's scars and laughed through tears. Their love wasn't a fairy tale. It was bloodier, truer, forged in a street collision, sealed with a kiss that defied hell itself. Together, they were a revolution, and no storm could tear them apart. Years later, their loft walls bore Clara's photos, Sophia laughing, crying alive, and Sophia's first published novel, dedicated to the woman who saved me. Their love, a defiant blaze, lit the dark, a testament to two souls who chose each other against a world that screamed no.